Unity in the name of God. And so, what this movement truly means to me is these truckers have made my dream come true. And so have all of you. And so I want to give you the utmost thanks from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to end with a chant that I've made for all of us. It's pretty simple. So you're going to start, you're going to say freedom, and then you're going to say now. So, what do we want? 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 Thank you all. I love you so much.
Thank you. I'd just like to announce that we found somebody's driver's license once again. Her name is Robin Ho, an Alberta driver's license. That's Robin Ho. Robin, we have your license by the side of the stage. Up next, we have another fantastic medical expert, Byron Little, who is a viral immunologist, here to shed some light.
Because I waffle between being embarrassed to be a Canadian, but I'll tell you, among this crowd right now, I'm finally proud for the first time in 2 years to be Canadian. So I just want you to know who I am. So I'm Byron Bridle. I'm an associate professor of viral immunology at the University of Guelph. I'm the vaccinologist that Justin Trudeau calls an anti-vaxxer. And I'm a scientist who Justin Trudeau says doesn't know how to follow the science. But I've been following the science. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about it. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to equip you with some of the knowledge that you need to be confident that what you're doing here today is right and just, and the science is completely on your side. So before I do that, I just want to acknowledge my wife is here with me today. Which I really appreciate. She's been the rock solid foundation for our family. This affects all of us, and we all know how much it affects our families. It's actually her birthday today, and but she wanted to be here to support you. And then I also want to introduce somebody special, very special to us. I have one older son who's at home. He's thrilled to have the house to himself for a few days. But we have another son, and this is him here, and he's going to let you know what his name is. Yeah, so this is Johnny Bridle, and I want you to know that our son Johnny, he's got a superpower, and he's going to tell you what his superpower is.
It's desert worm. I got my muscle spray.
All right, so if you didn't hear that, he has Down syndrome. And the reason why I bring this up is we had an interesting thing occur. 2 days ago, we went and spoke near Toronto, and on our way, we stopped by Tim Hortons. And the reason why we stopped by Tim Hortons is because they were selling what are called Choose to Include donuts. And these donuts were to promote inclusion. And they were to represent and honor and show respect towards people who have different abilities and special needs. And so I got those donuts to celebrate with my son because I love him. And I'm proud of him. But what I want to tell you is this highlighted everything that's wrong right now in Canada. Because as we purchased those inclusion donuts at Tim Hortons, we were buying them from a restaurant that was segregating us. And we were buying this, all the proceeds were going towards Special Olympics Ontario. I've had nothing but the utmost respect my whole life for Special Olympics Ontario. And I support everybody with special needs. However, they're segregating us as well. Johnny is no longer allowed to do a Special Olympics basketball or his Special Olympics soccer. I can't coach the hockey team in our city that has children with special needs, and one of their star players can't play on the team. So I bought the donut under a bit of protest. Again, I support people with special needs. And the other thing I want to let you know is children with special needs are being used, especially right now, for fear-mongering and trying to get the vaccine in the arms of all kinds of children. They're saying that individuals, for example, with Down syndrome are at incredibly high risk. Children, and all adults are not at high risk, and I'm going to tell you why, especially when it comes to Omicron. But they have to stop this fear-mongering. You may have seen a commercial on television at the end of it when they're promoting the vaccination of children. What they do is they show a boy with Down syndrome, and they're doing that on purpose because this is a population, and they're trying to take advantage of that population to make other parents feel forced to vaccinate their kids. Even kids with Down syndrome are not at high risk from this COVID-19, okay? So I want you to understand that. Now, I've been sharing my concerns for 2 years now about the science as I've seen it evolving. And I have to tell you, I really appreciate it because 3 days ago, I stood on one of the bridges for 6 hours to watch the truckers go by, and it was the first time in 2 years that I felt real hope. And so I want all the truckers to know it's going to be a tough haul here. It's going to be a hard fight. And we need you to stick with it. All of Canada needs to stick with it. Not everything has been terrible. The last 2 years have been pretty bad. But for me, there's actually a few good things. I have learned who my real friends are. And I've learned what colleagues I can actually lean on. I've been able to spend more time with my family and my kids. Now, because of this, I now have a new but massively expanded network of colleagues around the world. And I want you to know, many of them have contacted me, and they wanted me to let you know today that their hope rests with you. Especially the Australians and those in New Zealand. We were all formerly great Commonwealth democracies, and they're looking to us. Everybody feels that this is the first time we actually have some kind of movement with teeth to it. And so we need to win this battle, and it's not just for Canadians. I want you to know it's for the world. Yeah. Countries around the world are looking right now at you to see what happens. Now, if you haven't heard, it was announced about a couple of hours ago that our Prime Minister has now tested positive for COVID-19. So I just want to reiterate that. Our triple-vaxxed Prime Minister, who wears his mask and practices physical distancing, is sick with COVID-19. And he's trying to tell you, he released that information and he ended his message saying, get the booster. Because he now wants you to believe that the booster is going to keep you from dying. And if you don't, you're going to die. That is scientific garbage. And again, I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But don't listen to him. You can't forget the fact that he told you about the one-dose summer and how incredibly protective one dose was. And then 2 doses was incredibly protective, and he told you that it stopped transmission and that it prevented disease. Now he's left with saying maybe it'll prevent the disease a wee little bit. How much longer are we going to start to keep following this crazy narrative? Okay, so now I want to get a little bit into the science. So again, our Prime Minister Trudeau has told the scientists and the physicians across the country that we don't know how to follow the science. Well, when the AstraZeneca vaccine program was announced, I had 2 senior immunology colleagues that joined me in writing an open letter to Canada, directed at Health Canada, saying, please do not use the AstraZeneca vaccine. There are 10 European countries who are investigating the possibility of serious blood clots. And they did it anyways, and I was told that I was providing disinformation. 3 months later, they shut the program down. And then I was recorded on a radio show, a 7-minute radio show with Alex Pearson. Bless her heart, she was doing her job, she was willing to ask tough questions. And she asked me if there's the possibility that the mRNA vaccines might be linked to to heart problems in young people. And I said yes, and I said why I thought it might be. And I have been beat down incessantly ever since, even though Public Health Ontario now has shut down the Moderna program for males under 30 because it causes too much damage to their hearts. And then somehow they tell us that the Pfizer vaccine is fine. And they tell us publicly it has a 1 in 28,000 chance of causing heart inflammation in young people. That is a vast underestimate. But what they're expecting you to do is forget that they told you with the AstraZeneca vaccine that a 1 in 55,000 chance of causing a serious medical condition was too dangerous for the adults. But now they're telling us that you can have twice a common occurrence, maybe twice as common, a serious issue in young people, and somehow now that's safe. It's ridiculous. And so the only reason why, I had people email me all over when that happened several months later, and now it's on all the labels for all the vaccines about the possibility of heart inflammation. And people said, how did you know? How are you able to predict this? I don't look into a crystal ball. If you actually follow the science, you can see where that path is going to lead to. And so as a scientist, we've been trying to prevent this harm well in advance, but our government is stopping it. Now I want everybody to know, I respect everybody who's been vaccinated and everybody who doesn't want to get the vaccine. If you want to get the vaccine, great. And for those of you who have, I don't hold anything whatsoever against you. You should be able to trust our physicians. You should be able to trust our public health officials. Anybody who got vaccinated and regrets it, don't blame yourself. You did nothing wrong. In fact, you did what you thought was right at the time. So now I want to tell you something. This is very important, so listen up. Because what I'm going to share with you is cutting edge data. And this data comes from Public Health Ontario, directly from our public health officials that are giving you this narrative. Their own data. You can look this up on the Public Health Ontario website. So first of all, it's important to understand, they told us this was a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You know why? Because they argued that cases of COVID-19 were occurring disproportionately among the unvaccinated. And you know why? It's because they were testing primarily the unvaccinated. Most of you know this. If anybody had a vaccine exemption and was allowed into school or work, you had to test. Usually about 3 times a week. Some people up to 5 times a week. Guess what? If you have a disease that can occur in 2 groups of people, and you look primarily in 1 group of people, guess what? You're going to find the problem more often in that 1 group of people. That's why it appeared to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated. But guess what? So we understand this. Understand that with that bias, in the way they're collecting this data, their current data show that as of December 24th, on Christmas Eve, the line crossed over on these cases. And the cases, even though it is biased, it clearly shows that COVID-19 is being diagnosed disproportionately among the double vaccinated. That's a fact. Up to 30 to 40% more cases among the double vaccinated than the unvaccinated. And that's accounting for the differences in the population sizes. And so they tell you this is going to help prevent hospitalizations and deaths. And they tell you that your ICUs are being overloaded. And that's still why you should be vaccinated. 75% of the people over the last month that have been hospitalized are vaccinated. 75%. And also, over 50% of people that have been admitted into the ICU have been vaccinated. And the other thing that's important, so they'll still argue, well, in the ICU, when you account for the differences in the 2 populations, it's still disproportionately occurring among the unvaccinated. But get this, they just had to admit almost 50% of all cases in our hospitals are not there because of COVID-19. And I'm not even going to go with what they say. They want to tell you that they're there with COVID-19. No, almost 50% of the people are there with positive test results for SARS-CoV-2. Positive test results, not because of COVID-19. They've been lying to us all along. Almost half of the cases right now, and guess what? They will not break that down by vaccination status. And that's a yellow flag. So I wonder how many of those in the ICU might actually be people, for those among the unvaccinated, or how many of those are there just with a positive test result instead of because of COVID-19. And the other thing I want you to know, This is cutting edge data. It's their own data. Not one day in the last 2 years in Ontario has the ICU capacity in this province been reached. It has never been reached. Not on one day. Their own data shows that. And the other thing you need to understand, not on one single day have the people who have been in the hospital, not on one single day has more than half of those people been there because of COVID or just simply with a positive test result. It has always been a minority of the people. And to prove that, if you aren't reaching your capacity, that's wasted cost, it's wasted space. And what they haven't told you, they've actually reduced the ICU bed capacity in Ontario over the past several months. So you need to understand our ICUs have never been bursting. They've never been at capacity. They're lying about that as well. Their own data shows that they're lying about all these things. Their own data does not meet the narrative whatsoever. The other thing is, when you look at the Canadian data and Ontario data in particular, I'm going to focus on that because that's where we are right now, it shows a complete uncoupling of cases with severe outcomes. Okay? So as we have had progressively record-shattering waves of COVID-19 cases, we have had progressively less and less hospitalizations and deaths. There's been a complete uncoupling. And I want you to understand this is typical for a virus. Think about it. If an organism is going to survive, it doesn't want to kill the host. If it kills the host, it's going to go extinct. So this virus is doing what a virus is supposed to do. You know what it's doing? It's becoming quite contagious. Contagious doesn't mean dangerous. Don't be afraid of something because it's contagious. The common cold is highly contagious. That's what a virus wants. If it can spread among people, then it's going to have a lot more hosts to live in. And it's also going to be progressively less dangerous. Because again, if it kills the host, it's going to go extinct. And this is where we're at. The Omicron variant is that virus. It is like a cold now. It is no worse than a bad cold for the vast majority of people. Remember, even the common cold can be dangerous and life-threatening for the frail elderly and for those who are immunosuppressed, the same high-risk demographic. The flu is much more serious now than the Omicron variant. All right, it's time to focus our attention on the fact that there are other infectious agents out there and there are other diseases that are affecting us to a much greater degree than the Omicron variant ever will. Okay, so this is important. So I want you to know, I have spent lots and lots of time asking people to get up and be willing to talk.
Saudi? Canadian and Saudi flag?
And the Saudi flag. And the girl was yelling at him, like, don't them in no shit. Because she didn't understand what they said, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, this is about inclusion, And he's like, this is a Saudi flag.
And the guy's probably Saudi as well.
Yeah, like it wasn't anything bad.
Yeah.
Only going to be evidence.
So if you can hold your flag, I feel the whole flag.
Except for the Confederate.
So I been up against a number of expert witnesses, including
Heavy police presence over there. Down Metcalf. A lot of trucks backed up all the way at the end there, though.
Tell you, I'll be honest, Peter Uni, he is definitely an expert at people. There's no question. about back fees and how you should be using them. And so I want to say, and this is a universal, and all the court cases I've been in, a mountain of science on our side, a molehill of science on their side, and every court case so far, the decision has not been made based on the evidence. They refuse to make the decision based on the evidence, because if they do it based on the weight of the evidence, they have no chance of winning. No chance. And so every case so far, they can find a loophole. Compelling with confidence. If we can just find a judge that's willing to make a decision based on the weight of the evidence, we will win hands down easily. And so I just want to say something. I'm saying this to the camera, look up. So, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, I'm going to offer you an invitation. I will come back to this platform, and I will bring
They're covering it. So it looks like these gentlemen are just covering the graffiti that's there. Got OPP, OPS. Thank you guys again for all the super chats. Thank you for joining us on the live stream here. Downtown Ottawa Live. You're here with Ottawalks. Please like, subscribe, share, or don't. It's up to you. That's your choice. Welcome to day 4 of protests here in the nation's capital. At the moment it smells like bonfire, like a campsite. It smells good actually. let's see if my tag is still here. Still there. Like, subscribe, share. So yeah, the reason why there's no cars around, like every intersection is blocked off by the police. There's tight control. A lot of police presence here today, much more than the weekend from my point of view. I'm sure all of you were there to join in on that as well. So it's a different kind of vibe today. It's kind of strange. I'm not sure. Now this message here is in regards to other trucks apparently being blocked off from here, not being able to join here on Parliament Hill. So why are you hiding us? Open the bridges now. So apparently the bridges are blocked off, and it doesn't actually show the true count of trucks actually here, although there's already so many that stretches on forever. Going on, everybody in Air Canada watching this right now, Ottawa Airport. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Pete for taking my ship. Thank you. A lot of free food here. Plenty of free food. I don't see why they would be stealing from the Shepherd's Good Hope, but I don't know. A lot of food here. Even dog food. Plenty of water and food. Everybody's hydrated and fed. For the last 3 days, they've been giving out free food at this station right here. Doesn't seem like they're doing that now, though. Perhaps they changed locations or...
Everywhere I fucking went.
So here's the Supreme Court of Canada. We've got a few trucks along here, and the road's blocked off, and then more trucks passed towards the Sir John A. Macdonald Parkway. I went there on my Saturday stream, so I'll go back to check that out at night. I don't know if I'm gonna head there right now. You know what? Let's go. Yeah, I'm talking to my chat. Yeah. Bye. I wonder if people are going to be partying tonight like they did past weekend. Oh shit, that could have killed somebody. Man.
Landing on someone's head.
Whoa. On live? Jeez.
Oh, that was a big chunk too.
Huge chunk of ice just fell off the building to our left. What is this? The Department of Justice. And this building up ahead, that's the library or record?
No, that's the National
Archive. That's right, National Archive record building.
They're moving some of their stuff into the new library. The one they're building.
So here we got City of Ottawa vehicles blocking Wellington. This guy's still biking in the winter. They block it off so we couldn't even cross really. We got Toronto police here, Ottawa police. I've seen police from London, Durham. Heavy police presence here today. This lady's giving us some chips. They blocked this off as well. So there's quite a stretch of empty roads heading all the way to LeBreton Flats where the other trucks are parked. I don't think I'm gonna head there now. You can see. Oh yeah, okay, let's go.
Wait, is this road closed completely, or is it just?
It's closed. It's closed completely, I believe. Maybe there's.
From here to the other spot where the truckers are, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe so.
What about regular traffic?
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anyone. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to Ottawa Walks, bringing you here live in Ottawa, downtown, during day 4 of protests. Yeah, I don't think much is going up there.
Yeah.
Turn back. By the way, this is the National Archives, so it's a pretty majestic building. What's up? It does. That's exactly what you're trying to make it look like. It seems. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Very kind of you. It's very much appreciated. Got a new phone, new SIM card for today. More data, so I'm going to be out here as much as I can. If anybody at work is listening, please pick up my shift tomorrow and Wednesday. Head up Lion. Check out why there's a lot of police presence here on Spark Street up ahead. Some people are like, pick it up, like the shift. I think someone's like hashtag pick it up. Like my shift, maybe? I don't know. A lot of yellow vests everywhere. This is not the airport.
Yeah, these guys are ready. Bro.
They're ready to rumble. But so far, I've seen nothing but peaceful protesting. A lot of happy people. Free food being given around. What's the name of this building going up? This is Moon, Claridge Moon.
It's also 3 buildings.
It's also 3 buildings, my bad. You're the building expert, I'm just street expert, I guess. Got a handful of trucks here. A lot of cars are part of the convoy as well. So many cops up ahead. Thank you all for the super chats, guys. Charge slow due to low temperature. All right, take that out. Morning. Yes, sir. These guys are just changing the tire here. All right, so I never saw this group of truckers up ahead. I'm going to turn around, head back. Let's go find some more action. Hashtag AutoWalks. Like and subscribe.
Hashtag AutoWalks.
Or don't. That's your choice. But please share. Let's get the stream to 20,000 again. Looks like here's another feeding area. A lot of hot beverages, hot meals. This guy's cooking in a big wok. Looks like everyone's fed well here. Alright, so down the street, normal traffic, perhaps with some restrictions, so beware. In front of the Delta Hotel. Yep. Let's head over to Kent Street. Some more road closures with construction vehicles like this, for example. Oh, so apparently there was talk about this Tim Hortons being closed, but it's open now, so probably not. You need to go. No? Yeah? Okay, go ahead. All right, so bear with us. My bodyguard is taking a piss.
My stomach's broken. I can't go fishing. Like, even if I could go fishing.
While we're waiting, in the meantime, everybody in the chat, please let us know where you're from, what country you're watching from, what city you're watching from. Let the world know. A lot of families here. Thank you everybody for the super chats. You guys are amazing. Very well, how are you? Yeah, nothing but friendly people that I've encountered so far. No hostility. No one getting mad because I'm pointing a camera in their face. In fact, everyone has their cell phone out, so. Now you got everybody here. You're all amazing. Thank you for joining us on this live stream here in downtown Ottawa. Day 4 of protests. I'm just waiting around right now because my buddy is in the washroom in front of the Tim Hortons that they're open today. Reports were saying that they were closed, but they're open now, so. Honestly, with these streets being blocked off, it's kind of a normal day in Ottawa, really. Up ahead we have Lion Station. Great way to commute through the city. So train, if it works. Oh. There you are. Like, where did you go, bro? Let's get it.
I had to wait for the lineup.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Man, I remember on Saturday in the Rideau Center, it was full. Like, everybody was waiting to use the washrooms.
And they're definitely open.
And they're definitely open, yeah. So,
Bathrooms are open.
haven't seen much garbage on the streets. Actually, it's very clean besides the snow and salt. Yeah, you're right. No cars are allowed here. Well, as I say that, a car pulls in, so I guess they are. Oh, okay, that's a cop. Probably a resident. Yeah, no, it's a resident. All right, guys, you want some trucks? We'll get you some trucks. This is Kent Street, downtown Ottawa. Just approaching it now. Nova Scotia. They're here for the long haul. No pun intended. Is cleaning up the garbage, organizing it so the city doesn't look like a mess. They're even toting it away in these little kudos or Buddhas, whatever. Traffic here as well as some trucks. It's a one-way street. far today's been a pretty nice day. Much milder than the last 3, so not freezing my ass off here. More honk. Oh. These guys might honk when I'm here. Oh, that's Vidstorm. I know that guy. I've seen that guy. Apparently they've been using my stuff too, so I'm not going to address that now. I'm here for you guys. Trucks and trucks. Alberta plate right here. Yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on. Yeah, no, for sure. They definitely like filled up all these streets now. At least this particular street. That's good stuff. Pig with wings. That's you don't see that every day. Yo, we might end up in Centertown, like by the end of Centertown, you know. If we keep going this, it's gonna be like the end of Centertown pretty much. We're gonna end up in the Glebe eventually.
Somerset.
Ah, okay. Got porta potties on my right. Hey. BC plates here. BC plates. Quebec plate. Alright, so it looks like that's the end of this parking lot.